Hi, good afternoon, and welcome each and every one of you on our webinar focused on studying in English in Poland. Today we'll guide you through the entire journey of studying in English at Andrzej Frycz-Modrzewski, Krakow University. From the very beginning, from the first thought of studying abroad to actually becoming a student. Today's webinar is created for three groups of candidates. First of all, those currently abroad thinking about studying in Poland. Secondly, those in Poland in the middle of language courses. And last but not least, Polish candidates after international baccalaureate or high school diploma with extended English. Today, I'm pleased to host this webinar with Safe, admission specialist from Ufrycza University, who, with using his experience with admission, will guide you through the admission process today. Thank you for being here today and welcome.
Thank you so much. Hi and welcome everyone. My name is Saif Ataya. I am working in the admission office as admission specialist. And today in my role, I will be walking you through the entire admission process from day one, giving you all the required information to make well-informed decision and make sure that you know each and every step of the process. Based on my experience, as well as my colleagues, we decided that this webinar could be very useful for you in order to give you all the information you need rather than just looking for it on yourself, either on our website or in the internet or on the AI. We decided to make such a webinar in order to put all the information in one place and make sure it's as straightforward, as simple as possible for you and take you through the entire process.
I think today we're going to put ourselves in a candidate's shoes and provide the best possible guidance for them. After all, it's a huge step, traveling abroad, leaving your home country and starting studies in a different city. So to start from the very beginning, from your perspective, usually what motivates candidate to move abroad?
Actually, that's a very good question. I would say there are a couple of reasons, or maybe more than even a couple of reasons why people decide to study abroad. I would say one of the reasons basically is just going after their chosen field of study. Mm-hmm. So they have a dream college or dream faculty they want to study in. So they just try to find out where is this and going after it. Some other people, I would say, is they just have different approach. They decide to have an adventure, so go out of their comfort zone, going for a different country where they can practice a new language, seeing new people, having a different experience of life. And some other people they want to study a specific field of study and they found it here and they decide this is the country I want to go for. In all cases, it's worth mentioning that here in Krakow particularly, it stands out as one of the most attractive student cities in the central of Europe for many reasons. One of the reasons, of course, is the beautiful architecture, historical buildings, old town, where you can see the history, you can feel everything in dynamic, very rich city like Krakow. Importantly as well, Krakow is considered as very, very safe city. In addition to public transportation is quite reliable, as the city is quite secured and people can really feel comfortable at any time of the day. Another thing I can see and I can mention when it comes to Krakow and Poland, it's worth mentioning that here in Poland, and especially that for non-EU citizens, they have, when they are student, work permit. Generally, as we know, for non-European citizen to work in Europe, they need work permit. But when you are a student in Krakow or in Poland, by default, you get the work permit attached to your student status, so you can connect your work with the studies. So you want to work part-time beside your studies, work full-time, so you can connect the theoretical knowledge you will gain through your entire studies. You can connect it with the practical skills you will acquire through working. So I would say career-wise, city-wise, study-wise, Krakow is a huge and great asset for everyone who wants to study abroad. So we are welcoming you here in Poland, in Krakow.
Yeah, and since we're talking about moving to Krakow and actually planning to start not only your studies here, but also your life here, I think it's really important to highlight one important aspect, which is accommodation, because I think it's important to mention that Krakow has plenty of housing opportunities for students.
True.
I think the closest student residences are 100 meters from the university, so that's pretty close. And also for the entire city, you have student residences, flats to rent for yourself or with your friends, short time, long term. You can also have hotels. So that's pretty much. And I think it's important to mention that because it's really comfortable for candidates. They don't have to think about accommodation before. They just apply for studies and then think about accommodation in the meantime. And also after applying, they contact with you, so you can help them a little bit with accommodation, right?
That's absolutely right. During the admission process, we try to support the candidates as much as possible, but we need to mention that not only we support in the terms of documents, also we support in practical matters. As you mentioned, accommodation. Of course, we will not choose a place for them, but we offer the guidance and support. We provide them for the places that could be an option for them. As you mentioned, we have quite nearby accommodation when talking about private residence, for example, or the dormitories. We have a lot of options. As you said, we have very close university. We have like one stop. We have around the city center, which will be like maybe 20 minutes from the university. So we provide them with options, and then they can choose whatever they see beneficial or useful for them.
Yeah, and I think it's really important that students can have support from you, not only with formal requirements, but also with practical matters. I think that's really important, that they feel comfortable, and so we can focus on their well-being during the admission process. And while talking about the admission process and well-being of candidates, could you tell me from your experience, what are the main benefits of studying at Ufrycza University?
Sure. Andrzej Fridzi Krakow University is the largest private university in Poland, in the Małopolska region, in this part of Poland, which offers modern programs and modern studies in English. And it's worth mentioning that it's the first private university in Poland that introduced the medical program in both languages, Polish and English, of course, separately. And we have been receiving candidates from all over the world for this specific program, and it has been ranking in the 2025 Perspectiva Medical Ranking Studies. So that can demonstrate how important and how big our private university is in Poland.
Yeah, I think that makes the idea of studying really good with all the aspects around the university and all the topics that you mentioned, and also. I'm thinking if I put myself in a candidate's shoes, I would say I would be a little bit overwhelmed with all the information and the admission process. I would have a lot of questions. So my question is, if I were a student, what would be the first step that you recommend to take during the admission process? So I can just start.
That's a very good question. And actually, before thinking about, I would say, visas, documents, housing, and all of these hustles, it's very important to have a clarity about the academic direction you are looking for. So it's very important just to know what you are looking for, what type of studies you want to study, what is the direction, the section, scientific, historical, etc., like artistic, etc. So we have many programs that you need to check yourself, focus on practical knowledge or teamwork and projects, preparing students for international job markets. It's worth mentioning that from the programs we have, the most popular programs are computer science, psychology, international relations, physiotherapy, nursing, and of course medicine. We have some specialized and forward-looking fields as well, like cybersecurity, criminology and forensic science, architecture, film and TV production. So we have almost, or I would say more than 30 programs. So you have a lot of things to choose from. So we are sure that you'll find something for yourself.
Yeah, I can see that there's quite a selection.
True.
From medicine to psychology. That's really nice because candidates can just sit and search for something they like. That's pretty nice. And I think we're not going to talk about every program today because we don't have time. But if you want to check, I think there is a link somewhere in the description to our website where you can find program description and admission requirements. So please check there. And I think moving on, we were talking about the programs. Let's imagine I've chosen the program. And what are the next steps? From what I know, on the website, there is a button, apply online. You go for the button, and then you have to fill the form with the basic information about yourself and the program that you choose, right?
That's correct. So if we look into the sequence, so we have like a sequence of steps Number one, as you mentioned, is going online in our website and choosing the field you want. So basically, what you need to do is decide what field of study you want to go for, and then you go for the apply online. When you click on this apply online or register online, it takes you to a place where you fill out some information, of course, like basic information about yourself, about the field of study you're looking for, about the language you want to study in, etc. After filling this form, you will submit it, you will receive access to our online platform. We'll be sending each and every student login and password where they can access their online account. Once they access their online accounts, they go for the third step where they need to upload some documents. Uploading the documents will be like mentioning in details shortly, but just right now, like some of the documents will be, of course, the passport, the high school certificate, or if they're applying for masters, it will be the university degree, it will be the NAWA decision, it will be the English certificate, etc. And we'll be discussing these steps, of course, in detail. So after uploading all the documents, we have our team. They will be reviewing the documents and they will be checking each and every application to make sure if it's complete or not. Of course, if something is missing, we reach the candidate, we inform them exactly what is missing and how to upload it, from where to get it, etc. If the verification is done and successfully, we send the candidate for the next step, which is the invoice. Yeah, so we send invoice to the candidate with the amount of money he needs to pay. When it comes to payment, of course, we don't ask candidates for any payment before we check their documents. So it's completely fine for them to register online, upload their documents. We don't ask them for any payment. Once the documents are complete and successfully uploaded, we tell them that it's time to complete the payment, and the payment are like that: tuition, administration, admission, and student ID. It's worth mentioning that when it comes to the tuition fees, some candidates will have the option to pay by semester, so they don't need to pay a full year at once. They can pay semester payment. Some other candidates will have the option only for a year. Depends on what. So to be honest with you, people inside Poland, whether they are Polish or they are international, they have the option to pay by semester because most probably they will not apply for visa. So they don't need to apply for visa. So that's why we open this feature for them. But for the other candidates that will be internationally coming, maybe from non-EU countries, they will apply for visa. And from the requirements getting a visa, it's paying the full tuition fees. Full means the full year. Okay. Yeah. So that's why we open only the option for them to pay fully the year. So once they finish that, we contact them for the next step that I will be mentioning throughout the process.
Okay. From what I hear, that's a lot of checking from your side during the admission process. Just to sum up what you said, so I can understand it properly. You choose your program. There is a yellow button, apply online. You fill out the form. Then you contact the candidate with the login and a password to the online platform, where they send the information and the documents. You verify it, each and every one of the documents, if it's okay. And after that, tuition payment. And that's it. Am I missing something?
There is one more thing, which is the entry exam. But the entry exam, I would say it's a bit controversial because not each and every candidate will require it. Just to give you in simple words, some countries, especially non-EU countries, with non-EU diplomas, so they finish their diplomas in their home countries, which is non-EU, they will require entry exam. But just to give you a simple explanation, it will be online simple exam, multiple choice, and the passing is 30%, the passing rate. So it's straightforward. We'll be guiding each and every candidate that requires this entry exam, how to find it on their platform, how to do it, what is the process, etc. And it will be quite simple and straightforward. So no need to worry.
Okay, so they just pass the exam from their home country, right?
Exactly. It's completely online.
Okay, so I think that's really nice. And also they are in contact with you during this time of passing the exam, so they get the information if they're going to pass to write the exam.
Yes.
Then do it, and okay, that's pretty okay.
Okay, so after that, after the payment is confirmed, everything is fine. So it comes the next step where we send them the documents for a visa. So after they finish the entire application, they finish the entry exam, they make complete payment and receive it in our system. Then it comes the next step of sending them the visa documents so they can apply for a visa and come to us physically.
Okay, and I think I have one question about the payment. How does it work?
As I told you, like either they need to pay semester or full annual fees. They can do it by normal traditional bank transfer to our bank account. We'll be providing them, of course, in this invoice, how to make the payment, what to put in the title, everything. So all the information will be sent to them. And the ideal way is to do like a normal transaction through the bank.
Okay. So I think that's right. And let's move to the final step, I guess, which is coming to Poland.
Yes.
What now?
Okay, so it looks like that. The candidates receive from us the visa documents. They apply for visa. Hopefully they get it successfully, and then they come to us. They will come us in the admission office. So they need to come physically with the original documents, the educational documents, of course. They need to bring as well like this small photo, like that can be used for the biometric photo, can be used for the student ID. They show us the original. We take a copy of it. We don't take the original documents. So whether language certificate or the high school certificate or university diploma, we don't take them. We just check the original and we take a copy of it and we give back. And then it's done. It's official.
Okay.
Now he's one of our students and everything is fine. And we give them the student ID.
Okay, and what documents exactly are required in this process?
Okay, so documents can vary again from one student to another, but we have some common documents that will be required for almost everyone. Number one is valid passport, for sure. And we need to mention here that valid passport is for every international candidate. So even if you're EU citizen, still you need to, for verification purposes, to upload your passport. And we need to show us your passport. ID is not enough. And as I mentioned, one recent photo, it should be this biometric small photo that can be used for the ID, student ID. Of course, the original of the high school diploma, or if you're applying for masters, so it will be the original of the university diploma, plus the transcript of record, the supplement. Both documents you obtain when you get your grade from the university. Additionally, for some faculties, like the medical faculties, like normal medicine or physiotherapy, nursing, cosmetology, dietetics, so this type of faculties, the medical one, they need additionally two medical documents. One of them is the normal medical certificate confirming no health issues that can be obtained here in Poland. And it's very important that these two documents are obtained in Poland. They cannot do it in their home country.
Right.
They cannot do it in other European country. We want them in Poland. What if, and that's a very important question, what if the candidate is not coming to Poland in the admission time? So let's say the admission closes in September. The candidate is planning to come 1st of October. Yes. So what they can do in terms of these two medical documents, we offer the option of submitting a document just stating that they are aware that they need to do two medical documents and they have deadline 2 months extra. So we extend the deadline to November, around middle of November, so the candidates have time after they come here in Poland to do the medical.
Oh, that's very amazing.
And when they come here, they need to go to a medical clinic and obtain these two documents. Number one, again, is medical certificate, that normal one, traditional one. Number two is very specific, it's called sanitary certificate. The sanitary certificate is basically, in simple words, stating that you have no diseases that can be transmitted by touching. So here they will understand what you are looking for. So just we will give you a referral and you'll be going to this medical clinic and they will be giving you these two documents very simply. Just to mention for international students, some extra things can be mentioned, like what? Like translation. So we accept documents like the original documents in specific languages. Of course, Polish is one of the languages, but we have various languages as well, like English, Arabic, Russian, Ukrainian, Turkish, and Azerbaijani. So if your original documents are with these languages, you don't need to provide any additional translation. If it's not within these languages, you will need a sworn translation. We want NAWA recognition also. We will be again discussing what is that exactly. We need parental consent. This for minors, for people not yet 18 years old. And we need proof of English proficiency, international language certificate. Again, we'll be mentioning in exact what are the certificates.
So I guess that's the end of the admission process. Like
Pretty much,
yeah. So to sum up, we just find our program, apply, fill out the form, then we are in contact with you. We fill out the documents, send the information, then payment. You send the documents, visa. What else? They're just coming, right? and they're going to the admission office and having the student ID, and that's pretty it, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so moving on, we have three important aspects that I would like to talk about because we didn't mention a lot about them before. So that's NAWA, visa, and English certificate.
Correct.
Yeah, so please, if you can tell something
Yes,
about it.
maybe we can start with the visa from where you
Yeah.
stopped. So basically, the visa is the very simple process of getting permit in order to enter a specific country if you don't have access to this country by your own passport. In simple words, Poland is inside the European Union. So anyone from outside the European Union probably will need a visa to enter. Yes. So basically, they need to apply for this visa in their home country. I'll give you a simple example. If the candidate is from Turkey and he resides in Turkey and he wants to come to study in Poland, so basically he needs to go to the Polish consulate or Polish embassy inside Turkey to apply for a visa.
Okay.
Okay. So the visa has to be submitted, the visa application to the consulate, Polish consulate, not to our university. So we help you by providing you the documents, but we cannot help you to speed up the process. We cannot help you to apply on your behalf. We cannot help you in these matters because it's completely out of our hand. We would love, but we cannot. So it's important to know that you need to apply for the visa in the Polish consulate or Polish embassy inside your country. So how we can help you? So we provide you with two documents: acceptance letter and invitation letter. So these are the two documents that you will be taking from us when you are going for the visa appointment. What's required from you? And here, I'm not saying that these are the requirements, that you don't need anything else, because we need to be honest, it varies from one country to another, and it varies from one case to another. So it's very important to check regularly the Polish embassy website in your home country from where you're applying, and check the requirements in detail. But some of the common documents that required by everyone applying for visa will be, of course, a valid passport. That's very important. It will be required a bank statement confirming sufficient funds to cover at least 1 full year. What does it mean? It means that you are applying for a visa based on studies. So you are coming to study in this country. Generally, the student visa is around 1 year.
Okay.
So by logic, it's important that when you're applying to have enough funds that can cover you this year.
Makes sense.
We know that the students or the candidates might be under 18, might be still starting their life. They probably don't have the enough funds. We all understand that. So as well as we understand that the visa consulate or the place will be issuing the visa, they understand as well your age and everything. So it's okay if you will provide your mom's bank statement, your dad's, your parents. It's totally fine. Moreover, flight tickets will be required even if it's preliminary, so it's not confirmed but preliminary, that you plan to or you intend to go from these dates to this date. And lastly, the accommodation confirmation. They need to see that you booked someplace, even if it's a hotel. Again, it doesn't need to be confirmed, but at least there is a plan that you want to book this place from this date to this date. It can be hotel, it can be hostel, it can be like the residence that you will be really staying in, the dormitory, etc. So it's totally up to you. One last thing could be required. We are not sure, but it's important to be prepared. Will be the recognition decision, which is the NAWA decision. Recently, from 1st of July 2025, some Polish consulates started to ask about this. So it's important to be ready and to have the decision with you.
Okay, right. I think one thing that we need to mention as well is that if the visa process is taking longer, right, there is no need to worry because like we mentioned before, we are in contact with the candidate. So the first thing, there is a delay, they need to contact you and you're going to find a solution,
Exactly.
whatever it is. And you mentioned NAWA. Can you tell us what is it and what
Yes.
does it mean for international candidates?
Okay, so thank you so much for pointing out the visa part. Yes, it's very important for all the candidates to know that we are in touch with them. So in case any type of problem happens, always you reach out to us, you inform us, and we will try to help you. For example, you need any extra documents for the visa, it got delayed for any reason, we always will support you, whether to send you an extra document online or send it to you physically. We'll be always with you and we'll try our best to make sure we accommodate you as simple as possible. Moving on to the NAWA. NAWA is the Narodowa Agencja Wymiany Akademickiej, translates in English, of course, to the Polish National Agency for Academic Exchange. What does it mean? Basically, is the recognition of the education you had in your own country and equalize it to the Polish system.
Okay.
Giving you a simple example, we have a candidate from, let's say, I don't know, from Algeria, and he studied high school in Algeria, and he wants to come study bachelor degree in Poland. So basically, he will be, he wants what he needs to do that confirms that the high school he studied in Algeria is equivalent to the high school studies in Poland.
Okay.
So he uploads the documents online. It's totally online process for free. He uploads his documents online, and he needs to upload it in languages, either English, French, Spanish, Russian. There are options for language, so he doesn't need to translate if he has one of these languages. So let's say that he had it in French. So he will upload the documents in French, probably translation will not be needed. And then this institution will be taking time, a little bit long time, from 45 to 60 days. So around 60 days just to be well prepared, around 2 months. They will take time to review the high school certificate he has, everything he had like from courses and everything, and then issue for him a decision, confirms that the education he had is equivalent to the Polish education here in Poland, and then he is qualified to study the bachelor degree. That works exactly the same for the masters. So if someone from, again, outside EU or the specific country that needs recognition, and of course, if you don't know your country needs or not, you can reach out to us. In simple words, the countries that do not want will be the EU countries, Turkey, Ukraine, and some other countries like the OECD, like the America, Australia, etc. So it works the same for the bachelor. If you studied bachelor in your home country and you want to study masters, so basically we need to equalize, or this institution need to equalize the bachelor degree. So again, you will be uploading the bachelor degree, the transcript of records, and this institution will take the time to reply to you and give you the decision that yes, your bachelor degree is confirmed, is equivalent to the studies in Poland, and you can study master's degree. So in simple words, that's what the NAWA means, or the recognition means.
Okay, understandable. I think what I heard from you is that 45, 60 days of waiting.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah, so that's what I have in mind, to think about it before applying, just to have in mind these dates, right?
Yes.
Not to do it at the end of the time.
Yes, that's why we again encourage all the international candidates, especially again from outside EU, considering the NAWA recognition 60 days. Considering the visa, we expect 1 month. So we are talking about 3 months at least.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's very important that to start the process as early as possible. Admission will open very soon, probably in April or May. So we want you to apply as early as possible. We want you to be ready to finish all of these documents, because we want to see you here in Poland around September.
Yeah, and I think we can go easily with thinking about the day as well to the English certificate, which is the last thing that I wanted to talk about.
Yes. Yes, so the last thing we can mention here from the international required documents will be the English certificate. So here we are talking about the people who did not finish international baccalaureate. For example, people who obtained in the high school certificate something like IB or Cambridge, some international certificate, they are fine, they don't need. But for people from outside EU who do not hold EU high school certificate, they are required to provide international certificate. This new regulation started from August 1st, 2025. So again, last year. So now we don't have the option. It's in all Poland, we don't have the option to provide on-campus English exam or online English exam. It's not possible anymore to offer our own exam. It has to be international certificate like IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge, ESOL, language cert, etc. And the level required is B2, and B2 in 4 aspects. So B2 in the listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Okay, so it's very important to put that into consideration, because some exams could be cheap and they offer only 2 aspects. So they offer only, for example, reading and writing. So it's important to have the 4 aspects. Again, reading, writing, speaking, listening. B2 level. One of the good things that our university has done, that they offer cooperation and offer discount with this exam called Language Cert / ESOL. So we offer discounts for our candidates to have this exam with 10% discount if they are outside the EU, outside Poland, I'm sorry. If they are inside Poland, they are eligible for 15% discount.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay. Right, so I think that's actually the end of the process. So just to mention, NAWA and visa and English certificate, you need to think about it more a little bit. And also with the English certificate, I think it's not only the certificate but also the learning that you need to do before the exam, right?
Yes.
After, besides this, you have choosing your program, filling out the form, contacting with you, all the documents, visa, payment. You come to Poland, to Krakow, visit your office, documents, and then you're a student. But I think that's not the end. It's only the first part, because then you are becoming a student. And it's not that you're left out, because now it's after the admission, so go, no. We have an international office for guiding and supporting students, right?
That's correct. We don't leave you. So once you
That's
have
good.
finished the admission process, just your contact changes from the admission office to the international center office. So you become a student, you go there, and they help you in everything when it comes to being a student. For example, they help you in choosing your courses, the schedule, the registration, the administrative requirements as well. Let's say that you need some support in finding health insurance, how to register yourself in some office here in Krakow, etc. So all this type of support, whether practical or theoretical, you can always rely on the international office center. In addition, they offer as well a lot of culture events, international exchanges, programs. So always you will not feel alone. You will have some things to do there. You can always reach out to them, and always they will be your backbone in your studies journey in Poland.
Yeah, I think that's amazing to hear, because if I were a student thinking about traveling and studying abroad, I would be a little bit overwhelmed. So it's nice that you can guide them from the very first step to the last. And also not only with the admission process, but also then with the international office within the whole studies. So that's pretty nice. And also I think just to sum up all the experience, the first part is you, and the second part is the city that you mentioned earlier. Because I think Krakow is a really safe city, and also we have the public transport, everything is one place, you can feel comfortable, also the accommodation, because as people say, Poland is the heart of Europe, so you can visit every country around and just feel comfortable and safe. So that's amazing, I think.
That's pretty correct. Yeah, Krakow is one of the cities that speaks English, which is great.
Yeah.
So you will always feel welcomed. You will feel the passion of people. They're always eager to approach you. It's a very international city at the same time. So not only locals, but you have international people. So you'll not feel left over. You'll not feel alone. You'll
Yeah.
always feel that you are integrated and you are one of a group.
And also
which
you
is
can
very important.
study, have students groups, and also the work. You can have a part-time job. You can, work in English somewhere.
Correct.
Yeah.
Krakow is a business hub, so a lot of companies and a lot of corporations, they operate here from Poland and from Krakow because of the low taxes. So it's pretty interesting city because yes, as you mentioned, you will not feel alone and you will feel part of a group throughout your studies. At the same time, it's a destination for you that you can find yourself and build your career after the studies.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for now. Of course, there are going to be a lot of questions for candidates during the admission process. So feel free to ask them, call us or just email. As you can see, admission specialists are really kind and helpful. So feel free, don't worry. And I think we can wait to see you in Krakow and just living your life and studying at Ufrycza University. And welcome, Save, for today's conversation, for talking about all the important topics, and see you maybe later in some webinars.
Thank you so much, Emilia. It was a pleasure being with you today. Thank you for having me, and hopefully for everyone it was useful and fruitful session. We understand that you might have extra questions, something is not clear, or you have a very specific case. Feel free to reach out. We will leave in the description the website. You will have the email. You can contact us. There will be a phone number. If you can call us, we want to hear your voice. Thank you so much. And again, we ended our journey as students and we started our career life. And it's your turn. We want to see you here, finishing your student life and then starting your career. All the best, and we wish you a successful life.
See you at Ufrycza. Bye.